So the other day, I finally managed to break one of the longest anime dry spells that I think I've ever had. To be absolutely honest, I seriously wondered if it was the beginning of the end of my being an anime fan, and if I was ever going to go back to watching anime. Looking back over the past year, there's been a lot of drama in the anime industry. Anime videos and discussions have dwindled to all-time lows on the channel. And despite the huge effort to post videos that I think are relevant to the community, they just don't really do well. Take all that and add to it a cornucopia of rehashed anime shows riddled with the same boring cliches, and it was probably inevitable that I was going to burn out hard. I watched 2 different episodes of new anime in January and immediately lost all interest. I'd made a few videos since then, but they were just videos on shows that I was wrapping up or felt obligated to make. And basically, I felt like all of the magic was just going away. I think part of it had something to do with the state of the anime industry. At least that's what set it off, or was just maybe the worst possible timing that there could have been. I'd been following the merger of the Funimation library with Crunchyroll, and it was just a terrible crap show that still seems like some kind of smoldering, festering blight on the anime community. I mean, I don't know what I was really expecting, that maybe we'd get the same level of service and quality. There were so many questions that just didn't have answers, and shows that just seemed to suck right out of the gate. So yeah, somewhere around January, I was just fed up with it. I'd had enough subpar second seasons, enough edgelord shows, and enough corporate idiocy to last a lifetime. Everything seemed to be coming to some kind of a boiling point, and I was honestly considering even walking away from the Twitch streams. January was a pretty dark place, and I more or less made the choice to do a soft reboot of the brand. I'd shifted to virtual character streaming and started gaming on the channel. The rest is sort of history at this point. I think the live streams are doing pretty well. The channel has gotten all of its subs back from a few years ago, and I don't really think that anime content is going to be the future focus as much, at least not the way that it has been. Did all the stuff with Crunchyroll and Sony ruin anime for me? No, not in the way that some would think that it has, but it certainly did contribute to the long dry spell. I think, if I'm really being honest with myself, this has just been a long time coming, and it just had the misfortune of being at a time when everything seemed to be blowing up around us. I still think that Sony is without a doubt the worst thing that has happened to the anime industry in the history of ever. And if we have any hope of getting better quality streaming services, it's going to be the consumers that make that change happen, but only if they speak with their wallets and not just some social media outlet to vent their frustrations. So what happens now? Like I said at the start of the video, I did finally break my anime fast, and finally, after 4 months, I watched some anime, none other than Aharin-san wa Hakarenai. I made a video talking about this show back in December. There is a link in the description. And I speculated on whether or not it was going to be the target of the crippling lunacy affecting social media. And I have to say, it's really one of the best shows that I've seen in a long time, considering that it's been a long time since I've actually seen any anime. It hasn't fully brought me back from the brink, but I think it's definitely going to get me in the right direction. And I would like nothing more than to make a video talking about it. At this point, though, I do worry that all of the randomness that I'm putting on the channel will only serve to confuse the viewers and subscribers even more, especially if I start making more anime videos again. But I'm nothing if I'm not confusing. Sadly, I don't think the focus of the channel is going to be as much anime as it has been. But despite all of the dry spells and the never-ending disappointments with Crunchyroll and Sony and the uncertain future of streaming content, I'm glad that at least in some part, I've managed to find a ray of sunshine in all of this darkness. And of course, that is Aharin. So there you have it. I hope that answers any questions you may have about my current anime journey and why there's been a lack of anime content on the channel, and I hope that it's getting back on the right track. What are your thoughts on the current state of the anime industry? Are you delightfully optimistic, or are you making plans to build a fallout shelter in your basement to ride out the storm? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below. And while you're at it, hit that like button with the fury of 1,000 angry anime fans. And of course, if you are new, consider subscribing for more. Have an amazing day, everyone. Keep being awesome, and I will see you all in the next video.